Well, hello everyone. It is Sunday afternoon here. It's a little bit before 1 o'clock here on Sunday, April 7th. Did want to do a video here and look at it a very interesting day for tomorrow. That would be Monday, April 8th, 2024. We have the long anticipated solar eclipse that will be occurring across a kind of a broad swath of the US, as well as the chance for some significant severe weather, especially across the southern plains, mainly in Texas. And so wanted to take a look at the chance that you might be able to see a total solar eclipse and catch a tornado all in the same day. I'm not sure if that's really ever happened before, but certainly very, very rare. So let's kick it off here and look at what the cloud forecast is going to be for our eclipse. So this is one of the National Weather Service kind of hybrid models that they use. This looks at cloud cover here. So did want to take a look at what this is talking about. So our blue here, these are our low level clouds. So those are going to be the thicker, kind of more storm related low level clouds. Our green is going to be kind of mid level cloud cover, and then red, those are kind of our wispy high clouds that we'd be looking at. And so this model looks at tomorrow right around eclipse time. So that would be kind of 1 to 2 p.m. Central time tomorrow, so April 8th. And what we can see here is that, again, these colors delineate these different types of clouds. And so we can see that we've got high clouds here across Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle into potentially some of the eclipse swath. The eclipse is generally going to move, kind of the path is basically right through here. And so if we look at that, we're going to be dealing with some high clouds here. We do have a little bit of clearing, certainly across maybe this area here, again, kind of out of the path. So this main area from northern Arkansas to probably Ohio is going to really just deal with those high wispy clouds. Probably not enough to block out the sun completely. So it does look like that's probably going to be our best viewing area. Apart from the northeast, Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire up here, almost no clouds whatsoever. So this is probably the primary best spot in the US to view the eclipse, would be across portions of Maine. Then secondarily, probably northern Arkansas to around Ohio, just some high clouds to deal with. And then other areas will deal with some mid-level clouds and even those low clouds. So areas around Pennsylvania, northeastern Ohio, probably western New York, going to be difficult viewing, as well as probably much of Texas here. It looks reddish here, but there's those blue low clouds that are underneath this. So not only do you have those high clouds, but you also have those low level clouds with our storm system bringing in that moisture. So it does look like that's going to be difficult. Now, I am here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, which is kind of right about here basically, and it does look like there may be a gap across northeast Texas where there's only some high level clouds, not as much low level clouds, and there could even be some clearings. So I think that's probably the play for someone like myself, is here maybe northeast Texas. Now, unfortunately, that's probably where everybody else will be too. So it may be a madhouse and maybe insane trying to get around. We'll see, I guess. But that's kind of my plan as of now. I'll kind of try to fine tune that as we get closer. But again, this is our general cloud forecast. One thing worth noting, looking at this HREF model here, it has actually been overdoing the high level clouds. So our reddish colors here. If we look at where it was talking, where clouds would be today at this time versus where they really are, it has overdone them. So it may actually be a little bit more clear where we see these red colors than what's being modeled. So again, that's why I'm thinking possibly northeast Texas, and maybe up into southeast Oklahoma could be a little bit more clear than is even being modeled here. So that's our cloud forecast for the eclipse. Obviously, that's kind of the main big event, but it does look like we're going to have some significant severe weather. Let me remove our eclipse path here. And so if we go down here, and this is our Storm Prediction Center, the day 2 outlook. Actually, this is brand new, and this level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk here for Southwest Oklahoma and Northwest Texas was actually just added, including much of the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. So again, our eclipse path is generally kind of like this. And so we're going to have severe weather a couple hours after we're going to have our total solar eclipse. So that's extremely rare. Obviously, it's April in the southern plains, so not rare to have severe weather, but total solar eclipse and a couple hours later severe thunderstorms. That's definitely pretty weird. So what we're going to look at here is probably mainly a gusty wind and hail threat, but we certainly do have a tornado risk. We have a 5% tornado risk in this kind of brownish color, including the Dallas Fort Worth area down to maybe just north of Austin and all the way across east and northeast Texas to Shreveport, Louisiana as well. So definitely can't let our guard down. It does look like hail could be the main threat, and that's where that enhanced risk is, really from the Dallas Fort Worth area to Wichita Falls, almost to the Childress, Texas, and Abilene, Texas area. So large hail is probably going to be the main threat, but can't rule out certainly some tornadoes if the environment kind of comes together accordingly. So definitely going to see severe weather again across much of this eclipse path just a couple hours after the eclipse. And when we look at our simulated radar reflectivity, I'll kind of let it go through here one time and then I'll stop it and slow it down so we can see what that's going to look like. So again, if we go to our Monday here, right about eclipse time, this would be 18Z, so about 1 o'clock, so just before the eclipse, we can see that we are going to have some pop-up showers and storms where we have this greater moisture, probably from San Antonio and Austin over to Houston and Louisiana as well. No storms being modeled here across northeast Texas where the eclipse will be occurring. So it may happen just early enough to not get storms, but watch what happens as we move forward in time here. A couple hours, we see a couple storms fire up across northwest Texas here, probably the Vernon to Wichita Falls area. So that's kind of our first storm, definitely a little bit of a stronger storm, probably a big time hail producer here. And then we do see these storms here kind of lifting north. And so as we move forward in time, continues to kind of lift north and intensify here up to the I-20 corridor, as well as storms really from Oklahoma City down into northwest Texas popping up again. Largely a heavy and large hail threat for these storms. Probably not a big tornado threat. Maybe later in the evening. It's possible, but probably our tornado risk would be with any stronger storms down here. And then as we move forward in time, those generally move up to the I-20 corridor, including Dallas Fort Worth. And these generally move off to the east and then start to fill in a little bit to the south as well through our overnight hours in that Monday night, Tuesday morning time frame. So all in all, certainly a very exciting, crazy day that's going to happen for our Monday, April 8th. We have the total solar eclipse and the potential for severe weather and even tornadoes. So very rare day, but definitely an exciting one. I'm going to see how much, if I'm going to try to capture a little bit of everything, but definitely crossing my fingers that the clouds will maybe be a little bit less than modeled here and can actually witness that total solar eclipse. So hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here for the next video.